This is Nick. So we've got Fred and Griffin Games here is going to show us Botswana, a new Knizia, which is an old Knizia, which is a reprint of,
Yeah, it's one of those. It's been several editions. This is the latest edition, and this is the coolest edition because it comes with these really cool little
awesome,
plastic
animals.
Yeah, so if the game is fun, it's also toys for the kids,
Exactly, at the very least.
Exactly. So it's very easy to play. It's very simple. You have a whole bunch of cards. Within the cards, you have a suit for each kind of animal. So you can see there's rhinos, zebras, cheetahs, lions, and elephants. So there are cards that correspond to all of those animals. Within each suit, there is 0 through 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, straight through. You deal out the cards evenly to all the players that you have, and we're just going to play, we'll just give each other a couple cards. We're going to play face up here, kind of fake like we're playing.
Sure.
And so what you're going to do is you're going to look at your hand, and your turn is very simple. On your turn, you're going to play a card and take an animal.
All right.
And they're independent of each other. So for instance, I'll go first. Let's say I want to take the lion because I like the lions. I'm going to take the lion and put it in front of me. It's mine. Now I decide that I want to play an elephant card. I start a stack for the elephants. So now it's your turn. You take an animal. Take anyone you want.
Okay. So say I play a lion, and I want to take an elephant.
Yep. And so what you're going to do is you're going to start a row for every animal that you take. So you're going to have 5 different rows. So there's going to be a lion row, an elephant row, rhinoceros, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
We're going to go through the game, and what happens is the game ends when one of the rows has all of the cards.
I see.
And as soon as that happens, what you do is let's just toss out a couple more cards here so we've got a little more. Let's pretend that, let's throw that on there. Let's say that we got there's a leopard one, there's another elephant, there's a zebra. We're going to cheat here and find the last zebra. Here we go. There's the last zebra card. So let's say I play the last zebra.
Sure.
And what we're going to do, we're going to also go through here and pretend that we've got all of our animals. So now, the game is over and we're going to score.
Okay.
What we do is look at the last card in each row, and that's how many points each of our animals are worth. So, leopards, 5 points each. So there's 10 points for your leopards.
Look at me.
Lions, 2 points each.
Yeah.
Elephants, not so good, 0. Rhinoceros, 1. Zebras, 5.
Okay.
You add up the score, that's it. It's nice, you can play multiple rounds, you can do one round, you can do whatever you want.
Perfect. So how many cards do you have in your hand?
You divide the deck out evenly. So it just depends.
Pass the whole deck out.
Right, you pass the whole deck out. It's one of those for 2 players, you toss out a couple cards. For 3, you toss out a different
So
one.
there's certainly a little bit of planning as you can try and figure out which is going to be that last card.
There's a little bit of planning, and there's always going to be a couple cards out of the deck, so you never know. Like for instance, if we back up and we had this where you knew the next zebra card was going to end the game, maybe you if I don't have it, maybe you have it, but maybe it's one of the 2.
So in other words, if that's the case, then the zebra would not end the game at all.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Or if you look at this, which one is it that comes out? Is it the 5, which makes it very valuable, or is it the 0, which is going to kill it? Okay. So you watch the numbers that have come out. That's sort of the Knizia twist to it. It's just kind of a little bit of math and watching and which numbers are good, which ones aren't. The low numbers that come out early, those are going to be really good. And once you run out of animals, you run out. So let's say that, let's say we were taking zebras and this happens, in the middle of the game. Well, now there's no more zebras. You just don't get to take zebras.
Okay, all right. So, but the game continues.
Because the game doesn't end until one entire set of cards.
So the key is then that the taking of the animals is completely independent of the card that you play.
Right,
that's
exactly. And that's the hard, for gamers, that's not very difficult. Right. For people that don't play games, that's difficult. You always have to constantly playing a card and taking an animal completely independent of each other.
Perfect.
But once you get that, that's the game.
Great.
All right.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.